Hi, I'm Mike Ahern, co-author of Selling Today. In the next segment of the Reality Selling Today video series, we met with Chris Wiley from Ecolab Corporation. First, we asked Chris a few questions about his career in sales. Then we had the opportunity to see him in a live selling situation.
Well, Ecolab has a wide range of products. We sell everything from industrial cleaning supplies, detergents, caustic chemicals, everything down to equipment, food safety solutions. The customers I sell to are hospitality industry, which is hotels, hospitals, and restaurants. In my sales territory, I probably have about 70% restaurants, 20% hotels, and 10% hospitals. Well, sales with Ecolab goes both ways. I have current customers and I have prospective customers. With my current customers, I go visit on a monthly basis, speak to them about their business, how they're operating. I look for needs and try to discover any benefits where I can upsell or grow that business. With a prospect, I do the opposite. I try to gain their business and then grow it. So when I visit a prospect, I try to identify their needs, look at the competitor, see how we can help them, and see if we can make their restaurant, hotel more efficient and using Ecolab chemicals. At Ecolab, when we're calling on a prospective customer, we like to use the help sell process. Hello, educate, leverage, and prove. So when I go into a prospective customer, I ask to do a survey and get permission to do a survey of the back of the house, see their procedures, see what chemicals they're using, look for any needs and benefits, try to educate the customer, let them know what they're doing in the back of the house, open his eyes a little bit, and then I try to leverage the benefits of Ecolab and how we can help them. And then at the end, in the prove benefit, we ask for a referral letter so we can go down the road and try to pick up more business and say, hey, we have helped this customer. I want to see if I can help you as well. So in the help sell process, that's how we pick up new business and actually grow our territory as sales reps at Ecolab. At Ecolab, we use sales demonstrations during our survey process. We titrate the dish machine to figure out how much detergent they're currently using. We try to get all sorts of different chemical levels to see where our competitor has this customer. We go in, and since our chemicals are such a high concentrate, we see if we can save them any money by reducing that chemical usage and thus saving the customer money. So during our sales demonstrations, we actually get the customer to come in the back of the house with us, get their hands a little bit dirty, and see what they're really doing back there, because a lot of times managers don't know the dishwashing procedures and what their dishwashers are doing back there. So sales demonstrations are a great way to open a customer's eyes. The value proposition at Ecolab is efficiency and reliability. We try to convey to our customers the guaranteed products that we sell. We're never the cheapest on price. Rarely are we. So we have to sell on customer service, and we have to guarantee our products. So when we partner with a company, we want to help them as a consultant, not just as a sales rep. We want to make their operation extremely efficient, make sure that their employees are using the chemicals properly and safely, and then from there we can actually help their complete operation and not just do a one-time sale of our equipment or chemicals. At Ecolab, I try to be as creative as possible. Sometimes chemicals and restaurant equipment aren't always as fun as they seem to be. So I try to involve the prospect by getting him hands-on during my demonstration, ask him to hold things. I ask him questions during the demonstration. You know, what does this mean? And do you know what this chemical does for you? Asking him questions, because if I understand what he knows in his operation, that'll better leverage me when I try to show him the benefits of my chemicals or the benefits of my equipment. So involving the prospect is very, very important, getting him hands-on instead of just coming at him and telling him what I found. I want him to find what I found. Mr. Simmons, how are you today?
Hi, good.
Well, I just want to let you know I've just finished eating lunch here. The food was excellent, and my waiter was great. I had great customer service. I just want to let you know that today.
Great, thank you.
And just because of that, I just wanted to introduce myself. I work for Ecolab. My name's Chris Wiley.
Okay, yeah.
I just wanted to see if there's any way I could get into the back of the house to do a survey to see if there's any way I could help your restaurant become more efficient.
Well, Chris, I know about Ecolab. I know you guys are a good company. We've been working with the same company supplying us for about 20 years now. Nothing against you guys. We're just not going to be in a position to be able to switch anytime soon.
Understandable. I completely agree. Loyalty is a great thing to have. I have a lot of loyal customers in this area, actually. I don't know if you're familiar with this restaurant. They're right down the road. This is a gentleman I helped out a couple years ago.
Yeah, I know Pat. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat's a great guy. He's been a customer for ours for about 30 months now. This is one of his referral letters saying that he's liked Ecolab. We came in, changed out his chemical program, and we actually reduced some of his costs. And that's why I wanted to do a survey today, just to look around to see if there's any areas I could help you. Would that be okay?
Well, Chris, I've known Pat for a long time. I do value his opinion. This is really not a good time, though. We're just closing down from lunch. All of my people are in the back cleaning up. Maybe if you just swing by, maybe sometime next week or something, that would be better.
That's a great concern, and I understand you guys were rocking for lunch, I'll tell you that. This place was very busy. You must turn out a lot of business. And then the great thing is, all the employees that are in the back right now, cleaning up the dishes, sorting everything, that is a great time for me to go back there. I won't get in anybody's way. Only take me about 10 or 15 minutes, and actually watching their procedures as they sort and clean things after lunch is one of the best times for me to spot areas where we might be able to help you and reduce some of those costs. So this would be a great time for me to go take a look. Would it be okay if I did that now, and I promise not to get in anybody's way?
Sure, that'd be fine. I'm just going to stay here. Just do whatever you need to do.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'll follow up with you as soon as I'm done to let you know what my findings are.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons.
Sure.
Mr. Simmons.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know I finished my survey.
Okay.
Found a couple things you guys are doing a great job on. I think there might be a couple areas where we might be able to help you. If you had a couple minutes, would you follow me to the back of the house so I can show you what I found?
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
All right, thank you. Right this way. Well, Mr. Simmons, I want to thank you again for coming back to take a look at my findings with me.
Sure.
I just wanted to, praise your guys, your employees, because they're doing a great job of cleaning this machine. Look how clean that inside is.
Yeah, they work very hard.
It's a very expensive piece of equipment, and I know it's important to your operation. So I just wanted to ask, how often is this machine running throughout the day?
Virtually nonstop. It's off for a couple hours in the afternoon. Other than that, it's on all day.
Rocking all day. And how important is this machine to the operation? Say if it were to go down or if it was inoperable, what would that do to your operation?
We run so much business through here that it would literally shut us down.
Okay. So would you say service is something that's very important to you from a chemical provider?
Yeah, definitely.
And did you know that Ecolab has 24/7 service with all of our accounts?
I had heard that, actually. I read that in Pat's recommendation letter that he left.
Yeah, Pat. We've given Pat great service. He actually called one of our service techs out this past weekend. We have weekend coverage. Gentleman came out, got Pat's operation back up and running. It was a Saturday night. He was very, very busy, but he was very happy to see the Ecolab van out there getting him back up and running because we know how important these machines are to the restaurant business.
Sure.
Well, Mr. Simmons, if we both agree that Ecolab has great 24/7 service and customer service to reduce any downtime on this dish machine, would you see any other reason not to go to Ecolab today?
Well, Chris, let's talk price, because my perception is that Ecolab costs a lot.
Understandable. I've found that Ecolab, sometimes its case price is a lot higher, but when we actually break down how much chemical we're using, you find that Ecolab might be cheaper. Do you know how many milliliters of rinse additive this machine's currently using?
I have no idea.
Well, I did some calibrations during my survey, and I found that we are actually using right under 8 milliliters of rinse additive. Do you know what Ecolab's recommendation is for their rinse additive?
I'm guessing less.
A little bit less, yes, sir. Our R&D department does such a good job in creating our chemicals with such a high concentration. We only recommend about 2 milliliters, maybe 2.5, to get dry and good results dishes.
Okay.
So how much are you paying now for your rinse additive?
About $60 for a case.
Okay, $60, and we're using about 8 milliliters. What if I said we could charge you guys $90 for Ecolab rinse additive and only put in 2 milliliters, reducing your cost by 6 milliliters per rack? Would that be a good deal?
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, we're only about 50% more, but we're going to be saving you about 400% on your rinse additive. So unit cost, we're a little bit less expensive. Do you understand where I'm going?
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
So if we agree upon the service and the chemical reduction that we're going to be using you guys to save you guys some money, would you go to Ecolab today?
I mean, this all looks pretty good, Chris. You know, I've already mentioned that if this machine shuts down, it shuts us down. I would be concerned about downtime while we install, you know, the new chemicals. Can you tell me how that would work?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The process to change over from competitors to Ecolab is very seamless. We have several techs here in the area who would come in, take down all your old equipment, install the new Ecolab dispensing equipment. We can do it at your time, at your downtime. We can do it in the evening or as early in the morning as you want. What time is good for you?
Probably overnight.
We can schedule it overnight. We can get the equipment ordered, have a team come in, knock it out. It usually takes about 2.5 hours, get everything calibrated, make sure chemicals are pumping properly, and make sure that there is no downtime on this dish machine, so when your guys come in, we can do a training class for them, show them all the new chemicals, and make sure that everybody's safely using them. Is that okay?
I think that sounds pretty good, yeah.
All right, let's go draw up the paperwork.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.